Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, live from Germany, here for another video on Marvel Strike Force. We're here to talk about the All That Glitters event. It's the first event of the month of May. We're also going to be taking a look at the month of May itself in terms of all of the events that are upcoming and what we're going to be expecting. Which I think, from what I was reading on the blog, I didn't get a chance to do a video, obviously, but it looks like they're kind of theming this around the Mercs for Money team, which seems to be on the horizon. So we'll give a little bit of a chance to talk about that as well at the start of the video here. And just to let people know, obviously, my setup for videos is going to be quite different than what you guys are probably normally used to. If you guys remember when I was away in October and November, it's going to be a lot like that. So obviously, I'm not on the screen here. And my audio is probably a little bit different than what you're used to. So my apologies, everyone. But hopefully we can get through this together over the next 3 weeks until I get back home. So if you are ready to go, everybody, then let's boil this down. Right, so first things first, sorry, is that I want to bring your attention back to the blog where they do talk about M is for Mercs, which is the new meta event for the month of May. And the banner, interestingly, I mean, no surprise here, shows Deadpool, Pandapool, and Deathpool and the other characters there. So I don't know what they're trying to tell us, everybody. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this, because we haven't really had a chance to talk about this. Obviously, we know the Pandapool is upcoming. That's no brainer. There was also I don't know if it was a teaser, but you might remember that on msf.gg, they actually had the avatar icon for Pandapool. So if we read some of the event names for this month, I think it's pretty obvious that he's on the horizon. Now, the fact that Deathpool is listed on the banner, I'm no genius, but I mean, that seems to suggest something to me. But let me know what you think as well. So let's read the events for the month of May. You can kind of see it here down below where they have the list of names. And that All That Glitters, that's today that we'll be talking about. And then Along Came a Spider. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the Penny Parker event that's going to be next week. And then we have one called Red in Tooth and Claw that's going to be on May the 14th. Now, I don't know. I mean, I read, it's probably a Pandapool event because obviously his offer should be pretty soon, right? Because on the back of Penny Parker, Pandapool is obviously going to be the next character. Now, beyond that, it's really hard to say, but the event names for this one, Black, White, and Red all over. We do know, I'm pretty sure it was confirmed, so I didn't get a chance to talk about this either, but obviously Old Man Logan was confirmed in the data mines to be the next legendary character coming to the game. And so that's basically all the characters for the team, except for one or two, depending on what we think about Deathpool. But if you look at the name for this event upcoming called Mystic Mercenary, I mean, come on. Deathpool's a mystic, just related to Deadpool there, and so that seems pretty obvious to me. Now, whoever the last character is, I don't know yet, but leave me some comments down below who you think might be on this team fully and what other characters might be missing. So I think, yes, this might not be, there still might be some Mercs for Money like coming into June, and we don't really know exactly when the event for Old Man Logan is going to come around because it doesn't, I mean, it could be very well in somewhere in here. But we just don't really know that yet. So let me know what your thoughts are about this upcoming team, which I believe was in the data mines. I think is a war team, if I remember what was posted in the data mines. But I think that is what I heard. And I believe that's what we all thought it to be anyways. So I'm not super surprised about that. Hopefully this team is better, though, than Nowhere, which was the last war team, I think, with a legendary character. And while Nova was really good standalone, I wasn't a big fan of the team writ large. So hopefully this one's a little bit better, but obviously there's some reworks. And Nowhere was like all new characters. So at least these will have reworks, and so that will help as well to being able to actually use the team a bit better for those of us who have maybe invested in some of these characters anyways. But before we get any further, now I know this is blurry as fuck. At least I'm looking at it and it's not super clear. But this is the month long for May and what's going to be on this, obviously. And we have some, older character shards. They're not really relating it to any main character. You have Captain America, Captain Carter, Tigra, more of those, Lizard, Red Goblin. That's okay, I guess. Red Goblin, Void Knight. Still not farmable. More Lizard, but again, it's pretty dumb. There's a total of 50 Red Goblin and 50 Void Knight shards, so I guess that's okay. G18 stuff. There's no Crimson stuff, though. There's no red gear, at least in the Milestone, because you actually have to, like, compete for the leaderboard in order to get a chance for that. And that's only 20 orbs, I guess, for the 1 to 2%, which is not really that good. I don't know. I feel like, you know, there's really no point in spending for these, in my opinion, just because I don't think that the juice is really worth the squeeze. And yeah, I guess it's free stuff for the month long of May. Some extra gear pieces for a gear tier 18. But aside from that, I don't think it's really anything super stellar. But that's just my opinions anyways. But we're here to talk about the event, right? We're here to talk about the first event of the month of May called All That Glitters, and it's a 5-day event. Now, this one's a pretty simple event to get us started, because I think that the next week on Monday, I believe it is, for Penny Parker is going to be a fair bit more complicated. Hopefully, I'll be able to get that video to you as well, because I will be, I think, in Norway at that time. So I'll be in Germany here until Friday, and then I'll be in Norway for a handful of days over the weekend. So hopefully, I can get some recording in there to get you that video. But this is All That Glitters. 5-day event here that is Incursion, Energy, and Blitzing. Now, my apologies if it looks like my colors are a bit off, or, you know, I'm trying to make it, I'm actually using a different program that I normally use at home, so I'm trying to make this look as close as possible to what I usually do. But the total milestone points required for this is 225,000, including the whale stones. The milestone points that you need for the event item is 86,000, which is approximately milestone 13. Now, I do want to take a quick look, though, at the All That Glitters chart. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit here, try and get that in here. So in terms of the rewards that you actually get here and the various milestones, you can kind of see that here. There is some red gear here with the 5 milestones at 16 through 20, but I'm going to tell you right now that even with like huge coring into Incursion Energy, this is like really not happening. So they've definitely gone back and ratcheted up on the whale stones, because, you know, where we are going to be, yeah, there's another column actually here to the right hand side, but yeah, my bad. So in terms of the mercenary contract, you know, that's pretty far back, and you're just not really going to get too much far beyond this. So in terms of the overall rewards, it's okay, because if we start to look at the other things that are in this event, which includes a special blitz, actually a golden blitz, then it's not so bad. You know, it's just kind of like a, you know, getting you involved in the beginning of the month. So not too bad overall. Now the total event currency is going to be 50,000 plus the event item, so it's about 100,000 up for grabs in the beginning. You'll pick up some early shards on that May month long, but honestly, nothing too fancy there. We have the free claims, which of course we don't really know as of yet. The web milestone points is going to be worth a lot, so you have to engage in the web milestone. If you don't, you're basically not clearing the event item, more or less. And we're continuing on with the Shiny Coin store. Now, I really do not like the event store for the Shiny Coins. We talked about this before I went away for the current event right now that's just finishing up, the Spider-Man Pavitra event, which was pretty garbage in my opinion. But the web milestone is going to give you an additional 15,000 Shiny Coins to use in that store, plus 20,000 milestone points, all of that which goes into the main milestone, so about 35,000 points there that you can see. In order to clear this, you need a total of 12,500 Blitz credits. However, you do get 750 per day. So if you subtract that from what's required, you basically need to do 2 rotations daily to get the required Blitz credits for the web milestone. This is about at 50 teams, 2 rotations at 50 teams, and that's basically all you really need to do to get this done. So it's not that difficult overall. Now, the point include how you get the points for this event, of course, is mainly spending Incursion Energy. I suppose if you're buying shiny coins in the offers, please don't do that. But you know, that's why the points are there for that. And there's this special orb that's going to be an offer later on. I have no idea what this contains. I don't know if the envoys know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I don't really know what this is. This was listed in the blog. I think it's like a special fancy orb that they're going to give out, and if you buy this, it gives the gold. I think it gives you the golden Kang costume. There's probably going to be some additional gold in there, and if you do buy that, you get an extra 8,000 points. But realistically, the gap to get to any of those like red gear milestones is so far that I don't think this orb is going to really make that much of a difference. So keep that in mind. The majority of the points that you're getting from this is going to be through Incursion Energy. So you get about 144 Incursion Energy every day. That's just your time-based energy. It's not very good. You know, it's like once per 10 minutes, right? So you're getting about what is that? I think it's like 6 energy per hour So 6 times 24 hours is 144, I'm pretty sure. And you only get 60 energy per refresh. So if you do 200 cores daily, you're getting about 384 incursion energy. Multiply that by 15 and you get 5,760, and multiply that by 5 days. You get about 29,000 rounding up. Now, there is going to be something called the Golden Blitz, which is going to be active during this event as well. So I do want to raise your attention to that. And I do have the photo here. Again, kind of blurry, so my apologies here. But basically what's really important is that there's going to be, alongside the regular Blitz, there's going to be a special Golden Blitz that's going to be tying into this event. And you can see in the milestones here that there's basically shiny coins available all the way through, and you get 500,000 gold at 900,000 points. So this is just going to be just regular blitzing, literally. This is not special milestone points. This is, when you do your blitzing and you based on your power level of your characters, you get blitz points, right? Blitz points have almost never mattered in events until, well, I guess now, but even then, it's not really that much. 900,000 points is not going to be very hard for you to obtain, so that should be pretty easy. Honestly, you could probably clear this in one rotation, which you're doing anyways. If you're a newer player, you might have to push this a little bit more, but nonetheless, it should be fairly obtainable for a lot of players, so I would not be too concerned about having to reach this. You will get a little bit of extra more stuff. There's some gold orb fragments in there as well. I think it's 6 gold orbs in total in there. Now, what's really interesting, though, is that there's also a leaderboard attached to this. Now, again, sorry for the blurry kind of photo here, but if you really want to push, if you can get to 4 to 10%, there is a mega gold orb up for grabs. Now, I'm not going to be doing this because I'm on holiday and I really don't want to blitz any more than I normally would, so I'm going to stick to my 2 blitz rotations. But if you're crazy, the weird thing is that you never get more than 1 mega gold orb. So I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity to maybe add more for players who want to push more on blitzing. But there you are. If you do want to earn a little bit more gold, then here's your chance to be able to do that. So that's it there. Back to the actual spreadsheet here. So you get 30,000 points, 30,000 shiny coins rather, from the Golden Blitz milestone, about 29,000 or so from the incursion energy, and then 35,000 from the web milestone. So you're getting 15,000 shiny coins from the web milestone plus 30,000 shiny coins from the Golden Blitz. So that's extra stuff that you can buy, I don't know, whatever the hell you want, because the event store is pretty garbage. So if you add all of this up together, then the total reasonable points for this event is about 93,800, which is clearing the event item, and it's almost milestone 14. Now, you don't need to spend 200 cores in your incursion energy to get the event item. You can actually, it's actually doable around 150 cores or so. So keep that in mind. If you don't really want to, then that's entirely up to you. But if you want to hit that milestone 14, then you'll want to put in the 200 cores daily into the incursion energy. This does not have a leaderboard on this particular event, so it's not really a big deal if you push beyond the event item or not. And even with 600 cores daily, you're not really going to reach the red gear milestone. So there isn't really any point in going beyond that unless you're a spender who is going to, with combined coring and spending, you're going to get beyond those and maybe into the red gear milestones, but otherwise regular people will not. This is a fairly easy event, though. Just remember to do about 2 blitz rotations daily to finish out that web milestone, because that's going to be really important to get all of the points that you need for this event. So that's going to be super important. Make sure you're not missing out on the web milestone. But the good thing about the web milestone is it's not a daily event. And I think that's probably the best part about that, is that, it is actually, in fact, a 5-day event. So even if you don't do blitz for 2 days, you could just go hardcore blitzing in 3 days and still then just make enough blitz points to do that. So you can see all the rewards here. The mission supplies is the event currency, and the shiny coins is again going to be for that event store. So I think that's about it. Let me know what you think about this event in the comments down below. Also, like I said, what do you think about Mercs for Money, and who do you think is going to be on whoever you think is going to be on the rest of the team? What do you make of the actual names of the events as well? And what do you think that tells us? Like, I'm trying to think of what characters that might be trying to tell us, especially these last two, Black, White, and Red all over. And Mystic Mercenary, honestly, at this point, given the fact that the banner shows Deathpool, I think is a pretty big giveaway. But that's just me. Let me know in the comments down below. I hope that this was helpful for you all. And until next time, everybody, stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you all later. Boilon, signing out from Germany.